So here we go. We have Lemmings in the red playing as the Sioux civilization, and we have Knighting Star in the purple playing as the Russia civilization. So I'll give you a little bit of a history about these two players. Lemmings, he's been around for a long time, I believe. I think he's always kind of floating around the major rank as of late, at least. And it seems like maybe recently he's been making a little more improvements, but he's kind of, I think he's been, around in the ESOC community for quite a while. We all kind of know him quite a bit. Dropping down a TP here boosts his gathering. But meanwhile, Knighting Star, this guy kind of came out of nowhere. This guy's an interesting one. Let me make sure game sounds are... Okay, there we go. Should be good. Yeah, so Knighting Star this guy's an interesting one. He is a Asian player. I believe he's from China. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong though. But yeah, I know he's an Asia player, and I'm not sure how long he's been around there. The Asia community is interesting. It seems like they had a pretty big scene, maybe like 4 years ago or a few years back. But they're kind of seen as their player base has kind of disappeared a bit in the recent years. But with ESOC, just around the corner, I think a lot of them are maybe coming back. And I have a feeling Knighting Star is perhaps one of those players that maybe he's been around for like years and he's been playing the game for a long time. Maybe like casually or so, but I don't know. I basically just learned of this guy's name like maybe like 2 weeks ago when we played versus Kaser in this tournament. I believe in the semifinals, and they actually beat Kaser. So that was a really surprising upset. But it looks like he's been putting in his practice quite a bit lately. Practicing with one of his friends. What was that guy's name? Oh man, I looked up at the ELO. Let me take a quick look at the ELO. Who was his practice partner? Oops, sorry. So Knighting Star, yeah, Fort Justice. There we go. I can't think of his name. So yeah, Knighting Star has been practicing with Fort Justice quite a bit. It looks like. So we all know Fort Justice. He's quite a good player. So yeah, really impressive seeing Knighting Star making it to the finals in the losers bracket here. Looks like Knighting Star just stole a little 30 food right underneath Lemmings' nose. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching this finals here, best of 7. And Lemmings picking up a treasure here, so he's gonna have quite a bit of an Age 1 army here, getting the Outlaw Rifleman, which is always nice, but then also getting the Cherokee Rifleman. So building up a little force there. And it'll be interesting to see how they play this one out. So yeah, with Arizona, you have the 4 TP route here. So potential for locking down the stagecoach, but neither of these civs are huge stagecoach civilizations. Lemmings, well, let's take a look at Lemmings' deck. I doubt he would ship the card, but Sioux does have one, yeah, it doesn't have in his deck, the one shipment that sends like 3 Trevials to build the trading post, but versus Russia, that's not really going to be possible here. So you'd expect Russia to drop 4 Blockhouse here and kind of take map control, but, and yeah, here we go. So we do see the 3 villagers moving forward here. And I'm going to skim through chat really quick, just to make sure sound and everything's good. It should be fine, but... yeah, it looks like it's good. Guys woke me up from my slumber to cast. Well, actually, I had just woken up, but I'm like still I'm like half awake right now, attempting to do my best at casting. But yeah, this is actually a little bit scary. We got a little bit of an army attacking, but yeah, they have to switch onto the village. So the blockhouse will get up since there's 3 villagers here. Lemmings is building a trading post, and he is building it as far away from the blockhouse as possible, which I do really like that. So in case Knighting Star wants to go siege this down, he's gonna have to like walk way over here to siege it, and then which will allow Lemmings a lot of time to do whatever he wants at home. So I really like that trading post placement. It kind of puts Knighting Star in a situation where he either has to attack at home or he has to go for the trading post, but he can't do both. And Lemmings building a very defensive war hut here. Looking like he's getting very well prepared for a Russia rush. Feels like this blockhouse is... I wonder if it could have gotten in place here. I feel like it probably could have, right? This blockhouse feels kind of far from Lemmings' base, so we'll have to see if Knighting Star is going for the, typical heavy Russia rush, or what is his plan here. And, ooh, and a stable also going down for Lemmings, so... One with the War Hut stable opening and a second TP, no market. Third TP going down there. And 5 muskets are being trained, but we do have Nahanni Star building a trading post, so he's not doing like a super aggressive rush, not going all in. 5 Cossacks are shipped though, so it's kind of crazy. You can still rush with like this 10-unit army very early while like doing some stuff behind it. So that's kind of just Russia being Russia. Don't think any builds went down there. Don't believe so. Nope. But yeah, here we go. So Nahanni Star, he's got to make up his mind. What is he gonna do? Push? It looks like he was headed towards there, but no. Just trying to find a different angle. He saw the War Hut, so didn't want to take too much damage there. Trying to see if we can get a villager here. His lemmings went quite far. Ooh, oh wow, I think he could have got that vill actually if he focused the one over there. But saving all the villagers. But yeah, this herding is not the best here right now. Causing lemmings to have to walk a little bit far. He's trying to fix their herding issues right now. Ooh, putting the villager very far out there though. Could have potentially got picked off if the muskets were over here. And we have 4 bow riders trained here. So lemmings did ship 4 villagers in there. 4 bow riders moving about, trying to see if they can do some damage here. They may have to come back home though once they see this, this military force pushing. And Nahanni Star trying to build a second trading post here as he shipped 700 wood after 5 Cossacks. And market going down for lemmings here. Nice little spot there. X-Riders are moving around, perhaps trying to... Oh, villagers! One vill does go down there for lemmings, unfortunately. Yeah, herding's not super ideal. It's kind of all of his hunts a bit forward. Bow riders are going to try to find some villagers. These ones are most exposed, but Nahanni Star is actually right on top of that immediately. Otherwise, gotta move quickly. Like the Kev went idle for a second there and allowed Nahanni Star to react. Could potentially get the far gold mine ville. Nope. Nahanni Star, good villager control, getting everybody back and home safely. And now Nahanni Star looks like he wants to push in, as Nahanni Star has his eyes on this whole trading route here. Now starting to siege down the market here. If Lemmings brought his Cav back, like he could win this fight, or could potentially, if he has a Unipop, he could do some damage here versus the Russia army. But I think he's gonna be. Looks like he's trying to just raid. But it's tricky. It's hard to raid Russia like this early. All the villagers are basically like on top of the town center, so it's very hard to raid them. So sometimes it's better to just, I don't know, keep your army back at home and defend the rush and defend the early pressure. So it's hard to say. But Nahanni Star is not being too aggressive. He did just pick up the market and then he's backing off. Looks like the stable may get denied here. Villagers are gonna actually try to go back out and maybe. Nope. Stable getting denied. Nice mini little pickup there. And meanwhile, it looks like Nahanni Star has his eyes on the trading post now, so he's gonna try to siege down this TP and perhaps get all 4 trading posts. Looks like. Meanwhile, that is gonna signal lemmings to move out on the map. And see if he sieges down the trading post himself. Doesn't have a ton of siege potential, however. But still, all the villagers pretty much right on top of the TC, so it's kind of hard to do any damage right now to to the eco. Sieging probably the best bet here, but yeah, taking some time. Oh, got some Ceylon bows being trained here, or those are 6 actually being shipped. Nahanni Star shipping 700 gold and 600 gold behind that 700 wood, and looks like he's putting it into military, putting down a second blockhouse. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be nice. It's already looking really good for Nahanni Star. I feel like it looks like he's gonna have like 4 TP stagecoach, well, 3 TP stagecoach, and yeah, I mean it's gonna be tough to push out against Russia because they have like blockhouses and stuff. But then if they also have TPs, like oof, man. And this map also has like resources really far out, so Lemmings is gonna have to like, I don't know, he's gonna have to be moving out for resources soon. Here we go, engagement. This is probably what Lemmings wants actually, as Nahanni Star could get his army caught here. I think Lemmings needs to just push this and force this fight, and this could be a really good cleanup actually. As this is actually just a really bad push out from Nighting Star, and Lemmings is pushing this. Some of the bow riders going too far up though. Muskets are going melee, some of the Ceylons aren't firing. But still, all in all, a very good cleanup for Lemmings there. Lemmings maybe taking a tiny bit more damage. He lost maybe like a single unit, but you know, went a little too far. And then 5 more musket are actually going to go down. So this is actually kind of a nightmare right now for Nighting Star. Nighting Star was looking to be in an amazing position, but he just threw away like 40 units. Let's take a look at the units lost here. It's probably an insane trades here. So we had 3 bow riders did go down. I think maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 in that fight. I think 1 went down before. So basically 3 bow riders, 1 axe rider for 20 muskets and 3 Cossacks. So 4 units for like 23. They're Russian units, but that is still a nice trade there. And now it's going to allow him to be able to perhaps siege down this blockhouse. Cossacks are starting to push though. 2 villagers are inside this blockhouse. Using a couple axe riders to track down the 2 villagers here. And the blockhouse does go down, so yeah, Nighting Star was looking to be in a good spot with the TP now upgraded. Not sure exactly when he upgraded that, but that's going to be very nice for his eco, but he threw away his army at the wrong time, and that's allowing Lemmings to do so much damage now. Picked up that army, but here we go, another big engagement. Looks like Nighting Star wants to push this, but he just, I don't know if he has enough here. And Nighting Star has the eco, so that really hurt. Losing those units, that was just the worst thing Nighting Star could have done. He would have won the game if it just continued to drag out the way it did, and he just continued to get a better eco advantage. But he ended up just having that really bad trade, which really kind of flipped how this game looked. And now another trade post will get sieged down. Oh, we gotta finish that. Leave like, it's where you leave a couple units. Oh my god, he's gonna back out. That's unfortunate. With optimal unit control, I think he could have finished it while still retreating. Like you retreat the ones that are on this end, but leave like the ones here still sieging to get like one last hit. He probably will just go right back in since it looks like Nighting Star is kind of pushing. Oh, a lot of villagers are dancing here. Army caught out a little bit out of position here. As the Cossacks are not coming back. There are a lot of Russian units here. The bow riders are doing work though, as the Cossacks are finally now just getting into the fight. So a lot of damage being done before the Cossacks arrive, but still there are a lot of Russian units and reinforcements coming in here. As bow riders are getting snared a bit here. And it looks semi-even trade, but I want to say this is Russia favored, but still a lot of bow riders in the back here, far and away, and man, these bow riders can really do some work. But I think there's just enough Russian units to, I think Lemmings could, whoa, Lemmings tapping out, wow. I guess that's it, calling it right there. I feel like Lemmings could have done a little bit better hitting and running there. He was trying to allow his bow riders to just stay in place and shoot as much as possible, but I think there could have definitely been some more hitting and running done there from Lemmings. As I guess Lemmings just felt like he was out of resources, and he lost the fight, and that was it. He like had half his eco dancing. He was down 4 villagers, and the stagecoach TPs for Nighting Star. So yeah, I guess that is it for that one. I could try to transition to these further hunts a little bit earlier, but I think he did a little bit of a poor job, transitioning to the far hunts in time. And then left him in kind of a weird spot where he feels like he has 0 hunt. But that's it. Game 1 is going to Nighting Stars. It was a pretty close one. Looked like Nighting Star was very confident early on, but then Lemmings with a bit of a comeback. But just not enough. Oh, I'm glad all resources gathered. Ooh. Alright, we'll back out of Game 1 and get into Game 2 here in a little bit. We have the Nighting Star the crowd, fan. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Nighting Star fans in the crowd right now. It was a little bit of a struggle. I need to wake up. I need to make some coffee. I literally just woke up before a series. but this is a great one. I was actually really excited to watch this series. And then it looks like Gib unfortunately wasn't able to connect, so I got subbed in as a caster. Alright, so they should know the rules. So it looks like it was Nighting Star's map to pick. Or, no, wait, I'm sorry, Lemmings lost. Yeah, Lemmings lost, so it's Lemmings map to pick, and then Nighting Star's Civ to pick. Yeah, so since Nighting Star won game 1, that means Lemmings will choose the map for game 2, and then Nighting Star will have to lock his Civ first in game 2. Oh boy. Alright, Nighting Star is locking in with Japan on Super. I think that's a pretty good pick. Yeah, that is a good pick. How do you Civ counter Japan here? What does Lemmings do? Both players currently ranked at captains. I feel like they're probably a little bit better than their PR though. Kind of surprised. I thought Lemmings was a major last I looked, but maybe right around that captain major rank. Nighting Star, the unknown Asian player with just 400 games apparently. This account is from 2016, so you can say he's at least been playing since then, if not before. I don't know if he has all alternative accounts. Just 427 games played. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a lot. I'm sure he probably has a lot more played somewhere, whether it's unranked or on a second account. That is not a whole lot of total games played, or if his account reset at some point. Alright guys, looks like we are ready to get into game 2 here in this best of 7 in the losers bracket. I believe someone in the chat was commenting on me. Is it the losers bracket or is it the lower bracket? What were they saying? What is it technically called? It's technically called the lower bracket. Interesting. So we're in the lower bracket finals, which is a best of 7 here between Nighting Star and Lemmings. That's interesting. I think they're typically called losers bracket. It's an interesting, maybe just a spin on the word lower bracket, loser bracket. I suppose the same thing. Alright, so best of 7, Nighting Star currently up 1-0 in this best of 7. Nighting Star in the purple playing as the Japan civilization. And Lemmings in the blue playing as the Ottoman civilization. Okay, so Lemmings brought out the auto as a civ counter for Nighting Star's Japan. That's an interesting one. Actually, I like that. Let's take a look at what map we get here. So this is Tuparel. There are 2 different spawns for this map. You can see this one spawn here where there's 4 TPs, a line of 4 trading posts all connected. And then the other spawn is where there would be 2 on the side and then another 2 on the side. So this one is probably better off for Ottoman because it allows them to get 1 trading post upgraded stagecoach once to lock down 4 TPs potentially. So yeah, I think this is really good for Lemmings here as he's playing as the Ottoman civilization and he is immediately dropping down a trading post. Ooh, I wonder if you saw this treasure. He could also get a 100 XP treasure, which is you know, just quite nice, especially if you get it early, like potentially speed up your 3 villager age up or something. But just in general, the 100 XP would be quite nice here. 70 wood treasure, pretty nice one for Nighting Star. He'll probably have his eyes on this treasure as soon as he finishes building his shrines here. And yeah, looks like Nighting Star will be going for the 70 wood. Always nice being able to get wood treasures with Japan, so he'll probably turn that into another shrine. Taking a look at Nighting Star's deck, he does have enlisted irregulars, which could definitely be a factor today in this game. He does have 300 wood also, so interesting. No Carney mana, but I think it's kind of common in this matchup to perhaps go 300 wood here as your first stage 1 shipment. So does have ninjas in the deck. Meanwhile, Lemmings, he did pick up that 100 XP, so that is quite nice. Now you start getting that 70 wood. And taking a look at Lemmings' deck, pretty standard stuff here. We'll have to see if he pulls out the GUA auto build. That would be lovely to see, but I think only Legends can pull that build off. So I'd be surprised if he tries to pull the GUA auto build out with the 3 husk shipments. Meanwhile, we do have some more shrines going down on the map, so that was big. And 300 wood coming in for Nighting Star. So yeah, I actually really like this build from Nighting Star with playing versus Ottoman. It was already a wood start, and he also got a 70 wood treasure, and now he shipped 300 wood. So like he's gonna get so many shrines built here in Age 1. It's yeah, it's quite amazing. And now he has his eyes on 100 XP treasure for himself, so that will be very nice getting also. Meanwhile, Lemmings, he is aging up. He is on his way up. And Nighting Star sending some villagers out here, putting them on wood. Lemmings trying to see what's going on, what's the game plan here. What does Nighting Star have up his sleeve? Nighting Star picking up that 100 XP. So we'll have to see what Lemmings goes for here. Is he going to try to lock down like early 4TP Stagecoach? Or will he do like a just straight FF into like Death Ball push? Ottoman definitely have some options here. I think the most common thing would be to do that like very quick H3 into like a Death Ball push. I think that's probably the most common thing you'd expect out of Lemmings here. But with 4 TPs, you have the option to just lock down all trading posts and then have that be part of your eco. But wow, okay, we're actually seeing Lemmings building a very defensive outpost here, which I believe signals one thing to me. I have the feeling that Lemmings is going to revolt this game. Yeah, very strange outposts. Obviously, if this basically signifies that you're going to be playing defensive, you're not going to be doing like the H3 rush. And Nighting Star scouting this, he does see this immediately, so that's good information to have early on. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, what else would Lemmings be doing? He could be just doing like an FI or yeah, like a fast industrial and play from there. But this definitely could signal that Lemmings has his eyes on a revolt, and a revolt can be quite good versus Japan if he pulls off a really early revolt. It could work out quite nice. Oh, we do have a native scout back here behind his home base, so we'll have to see if Lemmings remembers to pick this up. These native scouts can always be so valuable. 700 wood in for Lemmings, as Lemmings is now on his way up to H3 already. We have a consulate built here for Nighting Star, and Nighting Star did go with the Tushuga Shrine, so a little interesting. Obviously he didn't ship Karni Mana, but still went with the Tushuga Shrine. And he trained his Yamabushis here from the consulate, so he's going to start sieging down the trading post, which will be very nice, being able to get that TP down very quickly. 600 wood being shipped for Nighting Star as he's building more trading posts, but he also has a pretty early barracks here. Let's see if he trains some Ashies. Yep, looks like we're going to see some Ashies, perhaps trying to do some raiding. And now a market going down for Nighting Star. And a defensive barracks for Lemmings, so he is all defensive here. Not even trying to claim any more trading posts, shipping 700 wood and just hanging out at home in his corner. He really should get this treasure. I don't know, kind of blending in with the trees here, but I mean, you're playing Ottoman, so with his whole 10 APM right now, there's not a whole lot to do. So you'd expect, hopefully he picks up this treasure soon. Because yeah, anytime you can get a native treasure, they're just so nice. Just being able to get you more information, being able to go stealth mode. Meanwhile, Nighting Star shipping 4 villagers, boosting up his eco a bit. But it looks like Nighting Star is gonna be hanging out in H2 for a long time here. Meanwhile, Lemmings is in H3 now, aged up with the A boost there, I believe. Yes, he did. Oh wait, that's weird. I don't yeah, auto can age with the Huss. And if you're gonna revolt, you would age with the Huss. So perhaps that is not the plan. Lemmings with no upgrades here from the mosque. What is this man doing? What is he thinking? And a Janissary is being shipped from Lemmings, so wow, okay. I mean, I guess maybe he was just scared to put this tower forward, like he thought it would just get sieged down, so like, it makes sense. I mean, Japan, obviously, they have the potential to like siege down a forward tower, and the rushing distance isn't very long on this map, so maybe it just makes sense to, you know, not put it forward. But also, like, the barracks is very defensive also, though. It's like behind the TC. If anything, you can build the barracks here, but it's like behind the TC, but now Lemmings is playing it out in H3. So this is making me wonder a bit. And he also lost his training post, so he's not rebuilding it. So a little bit of a weird opening here from Lemmings, if I'm being honest. I don't know. GUA auto, I don't approve of this. I would have rather saw the 3 Huss GUA rush with auto. And now he's just dancing around for so long with his units. Like, is he just trying to catch Nighting Star by surprise, or what is he doing? 2 Falcons now shipped. They haven't sieged at all. They haven't attacked any villagers. Perhaps Lemmings is trying to like hide his army and go for the surprise factor. But if that's the case, he's walking around a lot. I don't think they've gotten spotted yet. But either way, this will be an extremely strong push. Just waiting for that 2 Falcon shipment, I suppose, and then going in. But didn't want to siege any shrines in the meantime. But anyways, looking at Nighting Star. Nighting Star is fully committed to the H2. So will the H2 Japan be able to hold this? He is now shipping 600 coin, but he's not going to be able to age. He's not, doesn't look like he's trying to age. He's making a lot of ashes and does not have a stable up. Sieging the consulate. There's a lot in the market, so getting some of these buildings out the way. 5 Nagys are trained here, and it's going to be go time for Nighting Star. Let's see if he gets a Minutemen call. Good control there from Lemmings, though, getting a volley off. Very nice control. Looked like Nighting Star wanted to go in. But the TC is just firing away at the 1 Falcon. I'm not sure if Lemmings should really be targeting the consulate in the market. There's both sets of Minutemen, though. Here we go. Nighting Star is going to make the push now. Lemmings is able to identify this, though. And villagers even being pulled into this. Cannon's getting a pretty good volley, but the Nagys are now starting to connect onto the cannons. One cannon does go down as it was already low health there. Villagers punching the other cannon. Whoa, did that cannon just like shoot I swear that shot did no damage. Second cannon is down already. I think just a single A boost left. One Yamabushi in cover mode here. As Lemmings is now backing off here. As you look at the ecos. Oh, just more Jans coming in. The eco 38, recalculate eco for Nighting Star compared to just the 20 of Lemmings. The Lemmings without a trading post here. It's quite painful. The shipment progression is going to be slowed significantly here, since Lemmings has not had a trading post for quite some time now. 5 A-boosts are shipped here, 5 more Jans being trained, so he is going to have another strong push here, but, I mean, he has to do a lot of damage pretty quick here. Needs to have good micro here with A-boosts, as the A-boost can potentially do quite a lot of damage here. Very nice pull tricking the rest of this army here, and look at those A-boosts run. Trying to get here as quick as possible. And here we go. Attack number 2 from Lemmings. He needs the push, though. He needs to make this fight happen very quickly or do substantial eco damage. And 1 A-boost already getting sniped. And this just isn't looking good here for Lemmings. Every second matters. And right now, Lightning Surge has double the eco. And now Nighting Star is the one moving out, and if you start doing asteroids, that could really cause some issues. Barracks being placed. And looks like Lemmings can't fully make up his mind. He's not 100% sure what he wants to do. The A-boosts are getting caught out. 2 A-boosts going down very quickly there. And now even a third. And this is looking good. So we do have a big engagement here. The game in general is looking good for Knighting Stars. Lemmings may be able to win this fight if they just fight straight up. But Lemmings has no follow-up after this. As Lemmings now forced to retreat, 1,000 coin being shipped. And Knighting Stars looking to be in a great position here. Lemmings moving back out, but this is basically it. This is his whole army. Oh, he's stacking 1,000 coin. Let's see. His next shipment's pretty far away though. So I don't know. Maybe he can ship like mams, I guess. But yeah, every second that ticks by is just better and better for Japan here. And it looks like Lemmings or Knighting Stars is the one trying to force a fight. And Lemmings just, yeah, losing his chance here. There's now a lot of Ashes here with a card, Ashy attack, and also Daimyo buffing them. So not much else to say about this one, as I think we'll probably be seeing the GG any second here. As Lemmings is starting to lose his entire Janissary mass, and he really just has no follow-up from here. And there we go, Lemmings tapping out. Game 2 going to Knighting Star. So Knighting Star very quickly taking a 2-0 lead in this best of 7. Yeah, it was a little bit strange gameplay from Lemmings there. Didn't quite agree with it. How he played that one out. Especially, oh, this is one of the maps where the GUA auto was showcased in the previous EPL, so that would have been nice to see him honor the GUA auto build. But that did not appear. Oh boy. Alright, we'll get into game 3 in just a minute. I thought it was already in there. Alright, so I believe it is Lemmings' map once again to choose. So it looks like Lemmings chooses Pampas, and Nutting Star forced to lock his Civ first. It looks like, does he have Brit locked?
Yes.
Alright, so Nutting Star locking the British on Pampas. And yeah, Lemmings may have his work cut out for him here. If if Nutting Star can beat Caster to get to the finals here, that's a pretty big upset. When I was looking at this whole bracket originally, I thought it was going to be like a free win for Caster. I thought he was going to fly through the lower bracket and easily, win the finals. But Nutting Star kind of came out of nowhere and was able to take down Big Bad Caster. Lemmings thinking hard, thinking what would be a good Civ here to go versus Brit on Pampas. You don't want a German, no TP. Could go Japan. I don't know how Lemmings Japan is. Yeah, this is probably one of Brit's better maps, really. I mean, could potentially go Russia here. We're about to hop in a game. Maybe we get Soldier for a third game. We'll see. Alright, guys. We are getting into game 3 here in the ESOC Stay-at-Home Cup. We're in the lower bracket here, in the finals of the lower bracket between Lemmings and Nutting Star. Nutting Star already up with a 2-0 lead, so this is looking scary. Lemmings got to put some points up on the board to keep the, not to keep the series going, but to not get swept here. It is a best of 7 though, so even if Nutting Star wins this game, we will see more action, but you don't want to go down 3-0 in a best of 7. That's my point. Alright, so we have Lemmings in the blue playing as the India civilization. Very nice. I do like this pick. Up in the north, Lemmings in the blue is India, and down in the south, Nutting Star in the purple playing as the British civilization. Nutting Star was forced to pick his civilization first on this map, so he picked British, and then Lemmings used his Civ counter pick to pick India, which I really like. I think that's a great pick here. On this map, is it's not a trading post map, so you can't pick civs. You don't want to pick civs like Germany or civs that rely on trading posts. So then it comes into the question, well, what do you pick versus Brit? And I think this is one of the really good choices here to pick versus Brit, especially with the 2 scouts and being able to pick up llamas here. It's quite nice for India. So Lemmings picking up a couple llamas here, and actually Nutting Star not getting any, just the 1 here. So it was really nice by Lemmings. See if Lemmings can identify this one also. 100 XP treasure here. Don't want to get your elephant snared though. And looks like Nutting Star opened up with a market here. And it'll be interesting to see what Nutting Star goes for here. He did research hunting dogs here in Age 1 with the market, so hunts are a little thin here. Yeah, actually the hunts are even. They are mirrored here on this side. They just look like they're maybe a little further than usual. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, so the hunts, they do look fine. They spawn fair. But I feel like sometimes you do have a back hunt here. It's almost as if each player is missing one back hunt, or like this hunt's just really far or something. but the hunts are mirrored, so I want to say it's okay. It's a little slightly better. These two are slightly more on this side, but there's 2-2, 2-2, and then 1-1, but slightly more on this side. This one's a bit further, but yeah, the hunts will run around, and you sometimes never get perfect spawns. This one's a little bit closer though than this one, perhaps. I think the spawns are good enough here, but yeah, it looks like it's a little bit. The hunts are a bit further than usual on this map, you can say. So that could cause some more issues potentially for the British, as they'll really be trying to herd all the hunts here, and we'll have to see if India is going to put on some early aggression or not. So he does have 4 llamas getting him some XP, so that is always nice. Actually, a 5th year native treasure, if you could perhaps get that. Oh, look at this. Now you start going for the 100 XP treasure, and Lemming's in position to try to steal it here, but can't shoot with the elephants, so it's a little tricky stealing it with India, and Nightingstar is actually just going to back off here. He sees the elephants, and he says, I'm out of here. Agra, very aggressive Agra trying to be placed, and placed in front of this hunt, so very nice location there. Yeah, look how close that is. It is me pressuring Nightingstar very quickly here. One elephant does get snared here. Perhaps should just go for the treasure. It's it's tough to say. Elephant is snared here. I could want to try to pull him away. Couple cows here. That could be a nice free treasure for Lemmings if you can get this with the Agrafor and some sepoys. It's always nice to just be able to pick up every little treasure kind of for free. And he does find a 90 coin, so he's just going to pick up this 90 coin, but meanwhile it looks like Nightingstar is going to pick up the 100 XP, so both players kind of trading off here. This is probably going a little bit better for Nightingstar because Lemmings is going to have the map control with the sepoys, so he could potentially get all of these treasures since he'll be having the map control. So yeah, it might have been better for Lemmings to hold off on getting that treasure and just try to make sure the brick player doesn't get any, so that you could your 2 sepoy could then kind of secure all the treasures. But either way, they kind of trade off there. Each got a treasure. Wow, very aggressive villager from Nightingstar. What are we seeing here? All right, we are seeing some strange tactics out from Nightingstar here. Far manners to get some herding done. Very nice. I think he did not scout this hunt initially, and I think that they just came into line of sight, so I think this was actually extremely lucky for Nightingstar. I'm pretty positive that he did not see this hunt, since it was super on the edge, and they just started walking, so I think now he just finally started seeing these, thanks to the hunt walking closer. So that's actually really big. If you would have missed that hunt, that would have been game-changing. And, wow, hunting all the way out here. And we do have a barracks now up for Nightingstar, 700 wood on the floor for Nightingstar, and a forward outpost here. Nice location there. Meanwhile, Lemmings is in H2 himself. Did build a marker there in transition. Now moving his 2 sepoys across the map here. And early steel traps from Nightingstar, so yeah, getting that steel traps very quickly. 5 muskets are trained for Nightingstar. 5 sepoy being trained for Lemmings. 4 in logging, actually. Wow, okay. So Lemmings not going for a super aggressive rush. He's going to pick up this treasure. Very nice. Might as well take it. It's free here, basically. So shipping 4 in logging. So he did train 5 sepoy, and he's got the 2 from the age up. So he'll be pushing, doing a little mini push here, seeing if he can do some poking. But kind of doing a long-term rush. He's shipping 4 in logging, so thinking about the long game in a sense, in mid-game, rather than being ultra-aggressive early on. And you got 2 lone villagers hunting over here. You'd assume Lemmings probably has a line of sight of this and can see the 2 dead hunts, though. Just sending 1 or 2 sepoy up there would be quite nice. More muskets trained here for Nightingstar, and Lemmings didn't want to push in, didn't want to get his units caught here, so it does have a few more sepoy, 4 more sepoy coming, however. And could perhaps push here, try to find a villager, see if there's any villagers hunting far out. Just forcing Nightingstar to retask some of his villagers here. Knighting Star really staying on top of his unit control, however. And now shipped 5 villagers. Lemmings getting quite a bit of these eco upgrades here from his markets. The tier 1 upgrades and then tier 2 gold upgrade there. Oh, my coffee. Alright, so looks like we have Lemmings sieging some manors here. Trying to prevent the line of sight, get a little XP in the process, you know. Backing off here, doesn't want to get caught by any muskets. And Knighting Star shipping 700 gold and is actually going to age now, so with 2 barracks. Yeah, Knighting Star is his gameplay is looking very impressive tonight. Very crisp builds. Getting away with what he wants here, and yeah, you're gonna have Brits in H3 versus H2 India, so this could get scary for Lemmings. But Consulate, Diplomatic Intrigue is shipped here, and perhaps we can get a nice timing push here from Lemmings. Consulate is down. I built it back here though. However, I think it would be better to build it by the Agra, so you can maybe get like the 3 Huss, or well, I don't know, we'll have to see if he goes with the villagers or what he's going with from the Agra there. But this could be the timing that Lemmings wants, but he might not know until Knighting Star hits H3. He is sieging some manors here, which, I mean, it's actually doing some work. Knighting Star only on now 80 manor pop. But, you know, he's going to be H3. Ooh, the 3 guard hussars. Did they not scout this? Oh, man, that would be a massive cleanup. It's actually really painful not seeing this. That would be 4 villagers dead and preventing a manor. That would actually be huge with Knighting Star's low eco. Oh man, that's unfortunate for Lemmings. That could have been like a game-changing raid. But either way, Guard Hussars coming in the back here, perhaps finding a villager. Forcing Knighting Star to move his villas back home. Lemmings, unfortunately, a little mistake there. He was retreating with the Guard Hussars going this way, and then he clicked probably on the mini map, so the Hussars went from going this way to going that way, and they took an extra volley, causing one of the Hussars to die there. Goes right back in though and does clean up one of the villagers, but now Lemmings sees this age up and he may be freaking out a little bit. But however, meanwhile, Lemmings is sieging down a lot of these manors, which is actually doing quite a bit of damage to Knighting Star's house right now. Oh, we didn't. Dang, that actually would have been huge if you finished sieging that. That could have been another big one. I think it's one thing Lemmings could do. Like, you gotta finish this. You can retreat with the units like here, but then have like the units on the further end, you know, continue sieging it so that you finish it off. So many exposed villagers here. It seems, I don't know. It seems like, how does Lemmings not have this scouted? He doesn't have a line of sight of these hunts to see if they're alive or dead, or a little bit of a misstep. So this one manor staying up, which is actually pretty big. He would be housed even more if this manor went down. 2 cannons are out for Knighting Star. Well, villager moving out here, and Bill is gonna get spotted here. This is actually gonna be pretty nice here. The units are pretty far away, and this one guard hussar is gonna be able to do work, kill like probably at least 2 villas here. So this is gonna be a pretty nice, and it's gonna prevent this manor from getting built while he's housed, you know. So he's just continue to be housed. So this is like a super annoying raid. Yeah, Knighting Star could potentially get this aggro down, but prevents this manor from being built. Kept Knighting Star housed longer. Forced Knighting Star to float resources longer. Killed 2 villagers. Killed 2 villagers. And now he's off looking for more. Lemmings, meanwhile, getting H3 himself. So Lemmings actually has the better eco, and both players are now H3. So we're seeing the low eco Brit play here. And Guard Hussar attacking the Explorer here could find more of these villagers. It would be nice if Lemmings was a little more active with his units. The aggro will go down, but really that's not too big of a deal here. We're getting a second barracks being built back at home, and he's still on the Ottoman consulate. Oh, just switched it, so it looks like he'll be going to the British consulate now. Get the little buff for the infantry units there. A couple of villagers exposed, however. Let's see if this one can sneak out. Nope, he goes down. And this guard hussar, the MVP here, finding a third villager, and he did finish off that explorer. Oh, come on, there's still like 4 more villas here. Yeah, that's one good guard hussar doing work. 2 siege elephants being shipped for lemmings here, so yeah, that could be quite nice. I mean, this army is like pretty much pure must, so if you can take care of the cannons, then the Gurkha can really do quite a bit of damage here. Trying to find the proper positioning here. Oops, shooting at the army there. Kind of gave away that the siege elephants are on the field, but I think you maybe did a little bit of damage there on the cannon, actually. 1 guard hussar sieging a house while 4 villagers peacefully gather. But looks like just out of his line of sight, perhaps. 2 villagers over here are going to go down, and then perhaps 2 more. We'll have to see if Lemmings can react to this in time, pulling his army, retreating with these 2 other villagers, pull tricking the 1 villager, saving that 1 villager's life for now. Very nice. And where are the cannons, actually? Did he retreat? Oh, going around the corner here. Oh, finding the longbows, very nice. Trying to set up the cannon so they can get a volley through over the cliff. Nice volley from the cannon. Siege elephants trying to find the cannons. Siege elephants are separated right now. They're making it a little bit difficult to control them. 1 cannon does go down. Oh, the Gurkhas are doing a lot of walking here. And a lot of walking here from the Gurkhas, not exactly firing. Ceasefire coming out is from Lemmings, and that looked like that was just a panic ceasefire. Usually, India players want to use their ceasefire like kind of aggressively or just in a way that can benefit them, rather than them. This was like an oh shit ceasefire, like, oh, I panicked, I messed up my micro, and let me just like ceasefire to not lose more units. So the ceasefire occurs, Lemmings retreats. Lemmings building a mill. Oof. It's not as painful doing it with India, but still very painful for being forced to build a rice paddy this early, especially when, you know, there should be hunt that you can go out for. And Lemmings is building a town center with 1 villager. That's actually very nice because, I mean, India with 2 wood circles, you can sprinkle in these town centers very nicely, and it can make India have a very strong eco. It looks like he's gonna kill the Explorer just 1 more time. Explorer woke up, and then Explorer came to die again. Wow, 2 rice paddies. It just feels so painful seeing that. Like, that's 800 wood that could like just be invested into more military so that you can secure the map control. The siege elephant it did pick off the cannon, looks like, but it did go down. Looking at the recalculated ecos, Nighting Star is ahead very slightly here. We do have Urumi being shipped, though. Looks like Lemmings wants to make a play happen here. If you can get the Urumi to connect to the muskets here, Nighting Star perhaps going... Oh, the unit control just looks a bit off. A lot of vet Huss moving on in here to try to connect onto the Urumi as the Sepoy are a bit out of position here. And Sepoy are taking a while to connect onto the Hussars. Now onto the Huss, but the Urumi melt down very quickly there as there's just not enough supporting army from Lemmings. And Lemmings tapping out, and it's a little unfortunate. It looked like Lemmings, you know, had the chance to win this game. Just a couple mistakes, I guess, here and there. Missing out on a few things, you know, that he could have done. Building rice paddies this early is, you know, never a good sign, obviously. Building a town center over here is super weird. Like, if the TC was right here, like, he'd be securing all this hunt, perhaps. But, like, what does this TC secure? Like, nothing. It's not the best play. Maybe I'm being a little, you know, I'm being a little overly critical of Lemmings. He's a great player. Of course, being a finals, the lower bracket here, but yeah, it's making a few mistakes, perhaps, and it's going to cause him to go down 3-0 in the series right now. So. Let's see if he can try to win the next game to stay alive. Nine Star putting his name out on the map. He's telling people that he's someone to be feared. Woo! Yeah, Lemmings definitely had the chance to win that game. It's unfortunate he didn't spot those like couple of villagers gathering from far away for so long. Like if he would have spotted those, that would have been massive. Yeah, if Lemmings would have scouted that hunt, I guess he just never explored that area. But you know, if he did, he would have saw those dead hunt early on, and you would have been able to like kill 4 villagers very easily, especially with when Nights are at a very low eco. All right, Lemmings gonna choose the map again, and Lemmings are gonna lock his civ once again. Give these players some time to think about their civs and their strategies here. Lemmings, it's do or die. You gotta win this one to stay alive in the series. One really cool thing about tournaments that I've like always loved is that if a player like does good in a tournament, like he can like put his name out there in the scene, you know? Like he can get clout from playing in tournaments and like doing surprisingly well in tournaments or something. Like Nighting Star, before this tournament, this guy was like unknown. Like nobody, I don't know if anyone ever knew who this guy was, Nighting Star, but you know, after this tournament, people are like, wow, like this is a serious player. Like he beat Kaser to make it to the finals and is now gonna perhaps sweep Lemmings. So it went from being kind of like a nobody, people not even knowing he existed, to really having his name out there.
Yes.
All right, so this is game 4 in the best of 7. Dinosaur is gonna lock Sue on Florida. Lemmings thinking what he can do. All right, players are clicking in, and we're ready to get into game 4 here in this best of 7 in the finals of the ESOC Stay-at-Home Cup lower brackets between Lemmings and Nighting Star. Game 4 being played on Florida. Nighting Star forced to choose his civ first, chooses a Sioux civilization, and Lemmings choosing the Eero civilization. Alright, as we load on in here, it is do or die for Lemmings here. He has to win this game to stay alive in the series. As we're looking at Lemmings in the blue, playing as the Iroquois civilization, and Knighting Star in the purple, playing as the Sioux civilization. What can Lemmings, what can he do here? What can we expect Lemmings to pull out here? 75 wood treasure, spots very early, very nice. Getting an 80 food. Working on these treasures quickly. There are a lot of good treasures on this map, while Knighting Star already converted an outlaw blowgunner and is now working on a 90 coin treasure. So both players very quickly going for all these treasures. I've actually grown to like this map more and more. This is a very interesting map. There's a lot of like different potential you can do with the sea and markets. Yeah, I've grown to enjoy this map more and more recently. 100 coin treasure. It's always been a good map, but I think lately it's kind of jumped up higher in my list of my favorite maps. And now we have Knighting Star working on 100 XP treasure, so that's going to be very nice. Getting it before his first shipment's available too, so it's going to bring his villager shipment a little bit sooner there. As that is always very nice whenever you can do that. Lemmings finding a 35 wood treasure. Let's see if he goes for it. Also the native scout there. Lemmings deciding to build his house back at home. Didn't want to siege down his post. Oh, who will get it? Alright, Lemmings does get the 35 wood treasure. And yeah, there we go. There's the snare mode. And oh no, he did not. I thought he was in melee mode there. No. Sioux Explorer is very low HP. Does retreat. 73 health. The Lemmings would try to track him down and do as much as possible there. Let's take a look at the treasure. So Knighting Star getting a 40 wood, 90 coin, and 100 XP. Meanwhile, Lemmings getting 80 food and 35 wood. So probably a little bit better off there for Knighting Star. But Lemmings now working on the treasure himself. Going to be picking up a 100 coin, which will be a pretty nice one. But here's Knighting Star, has his eyes on 100 food. And phone died. Knighting Star's Explorer is very low hit points though. Using the blowgunner to start the treasure. And Knighting Star will pick up this treasure. Lemmings is moving on in. Both players now on their way up to H2. Oh, could get a hit, get a hit. Oh, sorry, there's the fly flying around. Does get a little poke there with the pirate. So what are these players planning? Let's take a look at these decks here. Man, this fly's annoying me. Lemmings, he does have some sea in his deck. He does have the water dance and a couple of fishing boats that he can ship. And Knighting Star, take a look at Knighting Star's deck. No sea agenda from Knighting Star. Can now train cows from livestock pens or farms. Interesting one. Alright, we have a trading post going down for Knighting Star back at home, and Lemmings doing the same. So, a lot of players lately have been playing Eero. You know, back in the day, in the RE days, Eero was a all-in, super aggressive rushing civ. And, you know, they were very strong at that. Obviously, the balance has been tweaked quite a bit in the recent years. While they still do have potential to rush, and I think they still can have a strong rush, players have also figured out, you know, while they, you know, they can have a very strong rush, their H3 is also very strong also. So lately players, well, I guess kind of for a while now, players have been playing Eero H3 rather than doing like the old school RE days of you know, all-in rushing with Eero. So it's really the most common thing you see from Eero players now, by far, I would say. So it looks like we will see that once again here from Lemmings with the very defensive War Hut. I think has his eyes on H3, and he did go with the age up that provides the resources rather than the fast age up. So pretty much guarantees that Lemmings will be going for the fast H3. No docks from either player. Sometimes you see Euro players sneaking a dock, which can be quite good. And let's see what Knighting Star is planning. He's building a second trading post himself, doing some herding. So will Knighting Star follow Lemmings up to H3, or will he stay H2? I believe he's going to go straight to H3 himself, as he has 2 trading posts, so that's really going to help him with the shipment progression, and you know, being able to get really strong H3 shipments. So that's what I'm expecting to see here from Knighting Star. Is his age up is, you know, significantly later, getting up to H2 here. Yeah, how many villas did he train in H1? He's just now hitting H2. He's gonna like immediately go to H3 though. He's gonna have to wait for the 700 gold to arrive. Just now hitting H2. Okay. Did he gather like extra wood for that trading post? It's gonna be a very late H2. And Lemmings shipping the crates here, so I think Lemmings is going to be looking to be in a pretty good spot here. He's going to be able to get up to H3 fine, and it's still going to be a little while before Knighting Star's like shipment arrives. So his H3, like he has the food to age up right now, but he needs the 700 coin shipment to arrive, and then he needs to gather it, and then he can start aging. So Lemmings is already up to H3, and you know, Knighting Star waiting on his 700 gold to arrive. So it feels like Lemmings is in a better position. There's the 700 gold. So he's going to try to very quickly gather that 700 gold and then get up to H3 here. And now placing down a stable back at home. But Lemmings, yeah, I mean, looking at the recalculated eco, 25 to 17. Now building a stable himself, so he's going to have a barracks and a stable. Using 3 villagers to build it. A little aggressive. And Lemmings did sneak in the 5 villager shipment before the crate shipment, so that's giving him a very nice eco here. And there's a fast age up with the Traviol. So yeah, I'm liking Lemmings' position from here. Traviol's AFK for right now. War Hut is going down for Knighting Star. Both pretty defensive buildings here. And Longhouse being built for Lemmings. Traviol moving forward. Let's see what his plans are here with that. It's a little dangerous. It could potentially be like some cav right now, like picking this guy off. He's kind of like just chilling there for quite a bit. But we're seeing a forward War Hut just getting a little bit more map control, which I do really like. Definitely could have maybe got picked off if there were like any cav. Kind of ballsy. 5 musket riders being shipped here, and Lemmings is already moving across the map, picking up the native, which is very nice. No more stealth potential there. 4 villagers shipped for Knighting Star. He's gonna have like 2 shipments when he hits H3 still, but Lemmings still with a better eco. I believe that is changed to 5 villagers. It's a kind of UI bug there. I know that shipment got played around with quite a bit. I think they changed it to 4 villagers. They changed it to 5 villagers. I think they changed it back quite a few times, but I believe it is now sitting at a 5 villager shipment. But don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Force Prowlers moving about, looking for some villagers, see if they could get any shots in. Could, if they want a little bit more aggressive, they could find something. And wow, we have Knighting Star aging up with the Bison. Kind of strange. There's quite a bit of hunt here on Florida, so I'm not sure I really agree with that. And there's a lot of Euro units right in Knighting Star's face right now. There's 5 Bull Riders are trained, but there's a lot of units pushing Knighting Star right now. And yeah, Lemmings just looks to be in an amazing position right now. Some superior military, superior eco, and yeah, this is looking very good for Lemmings right now. Picking off a villager. Perhaps a second vill. Lemmings shipping crates here, so it's going to help just fuel his army here. Be able to gather so many resources here. And with the 2 barracks and the stable, he's going to be able to pump out so many units here. 9 walking in are shipped for Knighting Star here. A lot of villagers pinned in the barracks here. Some more walking is being trained. As Lemmings kind of being forced to retreat here temporarily. Just for the moment. But still, Lemmings with the 9 villager lead, which is pretty significant. And he does have a superior military right now, but he's going to be having a lot of units pop out. Like, we're probably going to be seeing like 3 full batches. Like, we'll probably see like 5 forest prowlers, 5 forest prowlers, and maybe like 5 musket riders. Because with that crate shipment, that's going to really allow him to get that military flowing. Lemmings looking to do some more poking here. The musket riders, though, they're out of position. 1 musket rider going down there for free. So the unit control, not the best from Lemmings this series, is it's kind of losing a little more than you'd want to. 3 dog soldiers shipped for Knighting Star. Lemmings finding himself a little bit house here. He has wood though to drop houses. And I believe he just sent a shipment. Lemmings looking to push in again. Picking off another villager, very nice. Just getting these little villager kills is massive. With the eco difference looking pretty big. And yeah, I don't see, this is going to be a very tough one for Knighting Star. He's going to try to force the fight soon perhaps. But Lemmings just seems to be winning in every way. But here's 5 Axe Riders, and it's go time for Knighting Star. He's going to try to force this right now and try to catch Lemmings out of position. Ultimately backing off there, didn't want to overcommit. But was probably go time for Knighting Star. Doesn't know, the eco difference, of course. But it's going to be hard to... And look at these reinforcements. We're just seeing like 20 Kanye horsemen coming out of nowhere. And they are being upgraded. They're going in before they're upgraded. Still have quite a while, not even halfway with the upgrade, but either way, this Eero army is just looking incredibly strong. Just 20 Kanye horsemen showing up out of nowhere here. Perhaps maybe not 20, but 6 were shipped and then some were trained. Very strong reinforcements there from Lemmings. Lemmings forcing the fight here, but the Kanye still not upgraded. Finally, the upgrade is going to come in as there's just a few left here. A little bit strange time to force the fight, but either way, he was in such a great position. That it is looking good for Eero. It's kind of an even trade almost, though. These Cav are all very low at hit points, though, so I think ultimately these Joaquinas should be okay here. Just finish off the Explorer, perhaps. And that went better for Knighting Star than it really should have. Lemmings, pushing before the upgrade came in was definitely questionable. And, yeah, Lemmings actually taking a lot of damage here. But still, Lemmings, he's still up 9 villagers, so even though he kind of lost that fight, he's forced to retreat here, he'll still be in a good spot. 8 Forest Prowlers now shipped, and just more and more reinforcements are going to be flooding in here. Yeah, definitely a questionable engagement there from Lemmings, but he's still going to be in the lead here. But Knighting Star doing a very good job there, closing the gap and trying to come back in this game. 5 Rifle Riders were shipped here. Rifle Riders can be a very strong shipment there. Lemmings with another shipment available here. With a 10 villager difference, that is very big. Can't understate the difference there. Well, need your villagers to be working though. Lemmings idle village here, I'm sure you'll notice in a minute or a second here. Any second there he goes retasking as the villagers finished up that gold mine. We do have a fire pit now built. Can be going on to the next gold mine. And looks like Lemmings maybe trying to make a switch to Kanye's again. Had a lot of villagers on wood. Maybe just kind of ran out of that gold mine. One nice thing is generally when a gold mine runs out, you want to have like a smooth transition. You don't want to have a gold mine run out and then have 0 villagers on gold. Basically what happened to Lemmings. It's better if you can like slowly have a few villagers on the next gold mine already, so you don't have like a complete stop in your gold income. I think we're seeing Lemmings kind of experiencing that right now. But still has a strong force here. And he is going to be able to finish that trading post since Nutting Star was not able to rebuild it. Oh, but look at this Nutting Star. He's going for the big button. He's got the 1,500 food in the bank. And this could be a very scary timing push from Nutting Star, actually. As, I don't know, as Lemmings going to let this one get away from him. We'll have to see. Big button is on the way, and this could be a scary Sioux push with Cav Combat in, and here's the Dog Soldiers, and it is go time for Nutting Star. Lemmings trying to build a war hut here, but these villagers are going to get picked off very quickly as he needs to retreat with them, losing 2 villagers before any of this fighting begins. And oh my god, the Dog Soldiers are on top of the Joaquin, or on top of the Forest Prowlers. And this is just looking very good for Nutting Star, actually, as the Explorer's out of position, trying to hit and run as much as he can to deal with the Dog Soldiers. There are a lot of Musket Riders, so they're able to deal with the Dog Soldiers decently, but still a lot of Sioux army here. And Explorer's still out of position here, not in the fights. Dog Soldiers are finally dealt with. Forest Prowlers are all going to get cleaned up here. Gosh, that was not what Lemmings wanted there. Wow, massive trade there for Nutting Star. And looking at the military equals 0 to 36. It's actually now in favor of Nutting Star. And I don't want to say, I don't think it's completely over, but Lemming is definitely not in a good spot after that 2 bad fights in a row like that. We got 10 reinforcing Forest Prowlers. But perhaps Lemmings can, you know, he's going to lose these units too. He's kind of sprinkling in the units. He really needed to regroup with a larger mass, not like sprinkle in the unit. Ooh, big 9 Tomahawks, so perhaps can do some damage here. Oh, keep going. Popping on the, did not do as much damage as you would have liked there. And, wow, that whole army just dealt with. And Lemmings, did he let this one get away from him again? Oh, wow, what a comeback from Nutting Star. Taking 2 very good engages in a row and then picking up like this small armies again and again. Wow, I did not see Nutting Star with the way back in this game, but he managed to just win the fights when he needed to. And Nutting Star taking a 4-0 sweep to win the lower bracket of the ESOC Stay-at-Home Cup. So Nutting Star really putting his name out there, showing that he is a player to be feared, and he is an up-and-comer that we have to keep an eye out for. Clean sweep, 4-0 over Lemmings in the finals, and he even beat Kaster in the semifinals to make it to the finals here. So very impressive gameplay from Nutting Star in this tournament. Congratulations to Nutting Star winning the finals here in the lower bracket. And yeah, it was great. Great tournament here, and we still have the finals of the winner bracket to be played. But yeah, really putting his name out there just before DE, as we have AoE3 Definitive Edition just in the near future, just a little over a month out, as some players are trying to make a name for themselves before DE comes out, and we're seeing Nutting Star doing exactly that. Wow, what a comeback! I thought Lemmings was in such a good spot, but unfortunately just had some really poor engages, and he just really let the game get away from him, unfortunately. Look at this. Military has the lead in military, just loses it, and oof, that is painful.